Hi everyone, it looks like I'm live. Please let me know if you can see me and hear me okay. I am Coach Kayla. I am a registered dietitian, online plant-based nutrition and run coach, and mostly help or work with plant-based runners. So I have a program for specifically for plant-based runners, and I'm so excited to come into the Virtual VegFest live and be a part of the Virtual VegFest. It's just an amazing opportunity. So I just want to thank you so much for allowing me to be a part of this. And this will be part one of a series every Wednesday that I will be doing, that I will be going live in this group for about 15 to 20 minutes, answering any of your nutrition or running questions related to plant-based nutrition, and also bringing a topic. So today I wanted to focus on National Nutrition Month. So March is National Nutrition Month. So as a dietitian, that is the governing body of dietitians, the Academy of Nutrition and Dietetics. It has or promotes or observes a month every year, which is in March, for nutrition and to talk about how important nutrition is. So today, that's what I wanted to focus on and talk a little bit about National Nutrition Month and the importance of that and why we celebrate it. And I will also be talking about one of the tips related to the theme of this year's this year's theme for National Nutrition Month. So that's what I'll be talking about today. So if you are joining me, please let me know you're here. Just post below live. If you're watching this on replay, just post below replay. If you're watching this wherever you're watching this. So I know that you're on. I want to know you're here, and I want this to be also interactive. So feel free to post below, say hi, let me know if you have any questions at all. You can post the questions at any time, and I will answer any of your questions. And mostly, if I don't get to your questions right away, I will go back to them after I talk a little bit about my topic today. All right, awesome. So we will get started. As I said, my name is Coach Kayla. I am a registered dietitian and online nutrition run coach, specializing in plant-based nutrition and working with endurance athletes. So the theme of, or sorry, I should back it up. So National Nutrition Month. Hi, Charlotte. Thank you for joining. Thanks for joining me. Hi, Barbara. Thank you for joining. Yes, thank you. You're welcome. Thank you for joining. Also, before I get into it as well, I do have a banner ticker down at the bottom here, but I do just want to thank all of our sponsors for Virtual VegFest, and also make sure to enter the contest at virtualvegfest.com, and also like and follow them on YouTube. Hi, Jamie. Thank you for joining. So a little bit about National Nutrition Month and why we celebrate it. So as you guys, hopefully, nutrition is very important, and somebody that I believe, if you're interested in the plant-based lifestyle, then you understand that nutrition and lifestyle, right, is important and to have a good quality of life. So nutrition plays a role in so many things. It can help I shouldn't say cure, but can help prevent or treat chronic diseases, right? And plant-based nutrition definitely has a big role in that. So nutrition is important. And as we know right now, we still have an obesity problem, right? It's still very prevalent in our country. So nutrition is one of those things that we want to have a month to focus on nutrition and get that information, get also evidence-based nutrition information out there. So this is the month in order to be able to do that. And the best qualified people to get nutrition information from, because there's so many myths out there, is a registered dietitian. And that is because registered dietitians actually go through a lot of education. They go through at least 4 years of nutrition schooling, and then we have to take our board exam to become a dietitian, as well as do supervised practice hours. Actually, sorry, back that up. You do have to do a supervised practice hours, which is unpaid, in order to become a dietitian. So it is actually very costly and not always the best paid jobs, but a lot of us, I believe, as dietitians do this because we love it and we're passionate about it, as I am. So I'm glad to be here. Hi, Anika. Anika's from my group. Thank you for joining. Hi, Michelle. Hi, Jamie. I'll get back to your question there as well. Thank you for tuning in and asking a question. Hi, Shantir. Thank you so much for joining. Yay, this is great. Oh my gosh, we have almost 20 people on here. This is amazing. So, okay, so that I told you a little bit about National Nutrition Month. Now, the theme this year for National Nutrition Month is to personalize your plate. So, as I mentioned, I specialize in plant-based nutrition as a dietitian, but I also work with endurance athletes. So I wanted to focus on how to personalize your plate today based on or as a plant-based athlete. So this is just going to be part one of the series for this month. So I'm not going to be finishing all these tips here, but today we're just going to focus on eating a variety of plant-based foods. Now, why? Why is this important? So it's important that we eat a variety of plant-based foods. So one, we meet all of our nutrients and we don't have, any nutrient deficiencies, right? Which can happen due to being plant-based, right? And not eating all of our food groups. And then also getting those complete proteins. So because of those two reasons, it's important to make sure we're eating a variety of plant-based foods. Now, what does that mean, or how do we do that? Well, my recommendation is to follow the Power Plate. The Power Plate was created by the Physicians Committee, and that is a plant-based plate. Also, I believe I was told as well that Canada has a plant-forward plate guidance system as well, which is great. So there are 4 food groups on that plate. So we have grains, legumes, fruits, and vegetables. Those are our 4 main food groups. So when you create a meal and we're talking about eating a variety of plant-based foods, we want to try to include all of those food groups in all of our meals as much as possible. And I'm actually doing a presentation after this as well with my community and my audience, talking about how to create that plate as well, based on you as an athlete and how that can be changed a little bit. So what else there? Yeah, so as I said, use that Power Plate. Hi, Amy, thanks for joining. So yes, use that Power Plate. That is a good guide for you in order to create a plant-based meal and help you to eat a variety of foods. So questions, any questions? I want to keep this pretty short. So I'll take any questions at all. Oh, Jamie asked, what is your favorite post-running meal? Great question. So, I would say for me, just because after I could say like finishing a half marathon or marathon, I want a burger, and not, of course, a regular meat burger, but what I mean is, a vegan or vegetarian or vegan burger. And usually sweet potato fries. So that's usually my go-to meal. Also, that meal has protein and carbohydrates, which is what you want in order to help refuel your body. And then also, you have your grains, you have all these foods. And sweet potato fries, I'll count them as a vegetable, right? Why not? I just ran 13 miles. So you have a well-balanced meal. So after you finish, right after you run, you want to make sure you're refueling those nutrients that you used up. So you want to make sure to have a well-balanced meal. So I would say that's probably honestly my favorite meal. I don't always have Plant-based burgers, I don't eat them a lot. Not something I would regularly have, but certainly after a hard race, it's good to treat yourself. And Barbara asked, Power Plate consists of what 4 items again, please? Oh, yes. So grains, legumes, vegetables, and fruit. So those are our 4 main groups. And Amy said, me too, would love a vegan burger after a long race. Yes, definitely. It just hits the spot for sure. Yeah, so any other questions? As I said, I will be discussing more about the same topic on how to personalize your plate as a plant-based runner and athlete. So I'll be talking about that more next week. And anything else? Yes, Barbara, grains, legumes, vegetables, and fruits. You got it. Yes. And I can send you as well, Barbara, the power plate. I can send you that as well if you're interested in actually looking at that plate, or we can get you in my Facebook group as well. And I did post that plate there, since that is just recent training that I did as well with my group. Awesome. Awesome. Any other questions that you guys have while you have me here for a couple more minutes? Any other questions? So as I said, yeah, today or this month is National Nutrition Month. So March is National Nutrition Month, and that's why we're going to be highlighting and talking about how to personalize our plate as plant-based athletes. I don't know if Barbara, you saw that, but Anika just said, yes, tell Barbara to join the group. Awesome. Yes, I'll send you more information after this live. Awesome, awesome, awesome. So cool. So does that have any questions? It could be any questions about what I just talked about, or anything at all, related to plant-based nutrition and running, or or if you're very active and just wanting to know more about how to fuel. Any of those questions at all, let me know if you have any of those questions. Have any questions? No questions? All right. Doesn't look like I have any more questions. All right, that's okay. No problem. Thank you guys so much for being here, for joining me tonight. As I said, I'll be talking more about this information next week. Oh, Jamie had another question. Awesome. Before I go, what do you eat after a 45-minute run? Just training. Don't tell me a burger. Gotcha. Okay. So after a 45-minute run. Okay, so, and that's what you're saying is for when you're training. So the easiest thing is probably something quick and easy, right? Because you do want to eat something within that 45 minute to hour window, right? So a plant-based smoothie is an option. You don't have to use plant-based protein powder if you're against that. You can just add beans. But what's most important is having something that has some protein and carbohydrates. So anything that you really like. I don't know if you run in the morning, so it can be, it could be what you usually have for breakfast, just making sure you add protein in there somehow. I've even done, it's not really a traditional breakfast food, but I've done sweet potatoes. I'll do sweet potatoes and black beans. Sometimes I'll do tofu. Sometimes I do oatmeal. Sometimes I add in protein powder, but you don't necessarily have to. I mean, you could add peanut butter, which adds a little bit of protein. You count that more as a fat, but you could add some of that. Does that give you some ideas, Jamie? Hopefully I'm just throwing some ideas at you, but there's lots of different things you could do. I'm just trying to think of breakfast foods because most people eat in the morning, but it doesn't have to be, even if it's after a run. As I said, just make sure it's some sort of carbohydrates and protein. Something else too, let's see, oat milk. Like chocolate milk has been a traditional post-workout, post-run meal, right? That's because of the carbohydrate and protein content. So even if you want to do chocolate oat milk, that's a good option as well. Anika said, even a quick rice and beans, add fruit in the side. Yes, absolutely. That works as well. And Jamie said, yes. Okay, good. I'm glad those suggestions worked for you. Awesome. Yes. So lots of different things you can try. I do have a guide if you're interested. I do have a pre-post plant-based snack guide. So if you're interested in that, Jamie, just send me a direct message and I can send you that as well. I think that'll help you as well. That gives you a bunch of suggestions and ideas. Sweet potatoes versus regular potato fries. It looks like you prefer sweet. So yes, personally, I just like sweet potatoes more because I probably have a little bit of a sweet tooth, but sweet potatoes and regular potatoes still have good nutrient content. A lot of people think sweet potatoes, are more nutrient dense. That's not really the case. Sweet potatoes do have more vitamin A, which is what makes them orange. So you have probably learned right in grade school, that carrots have vitamin A, and so any vegetable that is orange has more vitamin A. So there's some differences there, nutrient wise, but they're still both a starchy vegetable, still very nutrient dense. So it really is just preference. I do honestly do both. Every week I actually cook up sweet potatoes and regular potatoes. So it's really preference. So yeah, definitely preference. Awesome. Well, thank you guys. I think my time is up here, but as I said, I will be back next Wednesday, 7 p.m. Eastern time, and I will be talking more about how to personalize your plate as a plant-based athlete. And then also, I just want to shout out again to our sponsors, Hoda Foods, Orgain, Follow Your Heart, and Crafters Organics. Also, like Virtual VegFest on YouTube and enter their monthly contest at virtualvegfest.com. You're welcome. Awesome. Thank you so much for having me, and I'll see you guys next week. Bye.